Resident Playbook Ep.7. When pain grows, so does the heart. Today, we're diving into episode 7 of Resident Playbook. Someday, wise interns, where the everyday chaos of a hospital becomes the backdrop for emotional growth, unexpected connections, and quiet acts of courage. This episode zooms in on the lives of first-year OB/GYN residents. Their day is a non-stop whirlwind of sudden deliveries, emergencies, and limited resources. From early morning to late at night, they fight to secure surgery rooms in NICU incubators, not through authority, but through persistence, negotiation, and sometimes just plain begging. Watching Yi-young and her fellow residents pleading with anesthesiology and pediatrics brings both tension and humor. They aren't just interns, they're problem solvers, and every win feels earned. Then there's Nam-kyung, the intern whose heart is breaking quietly behind her mask. After ending a 7-year relationship, she finds herself returning to the hospital, where the emotional weight doesn't just vanish. But she's not alone. Her fellow interns are more than colleagues, they're her support system. They talk, share meals, laugh at each other's mistakes, and stand together. In a place where time is short and emotions are high, those moments of comfort carry real weight. Meanwhile, Yi-young faces a crisis of her own. A foreign patient arrives in critical condition, needing an emergency C-section. There's no time, no senior doctor in sight, and no way to communicate clearly. Yi-young is terrified. She has never led a surgery on her own. But with no one else to step in, she puts on her gown and gloves, determined to try. Her voice shakes. Her hands tremble. But she keeps going. And just when things seem too much, Do-won walks in. Calm and focused, he quietly joins her side. Together, they save the mother and her baby. It's not just a medical victory, it's a turning point in Yi-young's journey as a doctor. And just when we think things are settling down, there's a shift. The anesthesiology resident who helped during surgery, Ham Dong-ho, asks Yi-young out. That simple moment sparks the beginning of a love triangle. With Do-won and Dong-ho now quietly orbiting Yi-young, emotions start to get a little more complicated. The looks, the timing, the small gestures, it's all there, and it's only just starting. Nam-kyung, meanwhile, continues to carry heavy emotions. She unexpectedly runs into her ex's mother at the hospital and does her best to act composed. But the tears come anyway, and when her own mother is suddenly hospitalized, it becomes even harder to stay strong. Still, she keeps showing up. And in those quiet moments with her fellow interns, you can see how much she's grown. Her strength isn't in hiding her pain, it's in facing it while continuing to care for others. What makes episode 7 so powerful is that it never turns away from the hard stuff. It's about professional battles, yes, but also about emotional resilience. These young doctors aren't superheroes. They're scared. They're overwhelmed. But they keep trying. Whether it's pushing through a language barrier during a surgery or holding back tears during a night shift. Their growth comes from the everyday struggles they refuse to run from. One of the most moving scenes is when Yi-young tries to communicate with the foreign patient. She gestures, speaks slowly, leans in with kindness. It's clumsy but genuine. And it reminds us that compassion doesn't need perfect words. Just presence. Just effort. Just heart. By the end of the episode, we see these residents still standing tired, emotionally spent, but stronger than before. They've faced emergencies, breakups, family illness, and professional pressure. And they've made it through. Not because they're perfect, but because they never stopped trying. They leaned on each other. They laughed when they could. And they kept showing up. This episode reminds us that growth isn't loud. Sometimes it's quiet. It's in the decision to stay, to try, to speak up, to care. And maybe that's what makes these young doctors so inspiring. If this video spoke to you, leave a like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. And don't miss the next episode review, there's more to come, and it only gets better from here. Thanks for watching.